Well, sticking with tennis, this year marks a first for Wimbledon as quad tennis kicks off the next week. For those who haven't heard of it, it's a wheelchair sport for people with disabilities to 3 or more of their limbs. Other Grand Slams like the US and Australian Opens have included them for years. So we caught up with Andy Lapthorne, a quad tennis champion who'll be competing for the top prize. Ria Chatterjee went to meet him.
This has been a dream for a very long time, and just trying to actually embrace it and enjoy it. I'm going to try and win, obviously, but and just embrace Wimbledon for what it is and try and do my best.
8-time Grand Slam champion, first time at Wimbledon. Next week, quad wheelchair tennis makes its debut on iconic grass courts.
You had to fight for that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been difficult. There's been dark days, there's been times where I thought it would never happen. There was a lot of campaigning that went on, more education, and it was getting that message across that our division has people in it that when the public come through the gates of Wimbledon and watch, they're going to be inspired by those disabilities, and that was a big thing for me, was like, just give us a chance.
Lapthorne wants to make history next week, and he's no stranger to that. In 2017 at the Australian Open, this wheelchair tennis match was the first to ever take place on a Grand Slam centre court. The quad division, for players with disabilities to 3 or more limbs, falls under different rules.
We want equal prize money, which at the moment we don't have. I think the men's and women's get 12,000 or something like that more than us for winning. And they have 4 extra players. I don't think that's a Wimbledon issue. I think that comes from the top of tennis, from wheelchair tennis, from the governing body, the ITF wheelchair tennis, and they need to allow us to have more players in these events.
And speaking of battles for equality, Lapthorne has taken inspiration from a sporting king.
And what I'm battling for, and I've spoken to Billie Jean King over the last few years as well, is the equality side of things. I just want us to be the same as the other 2 divisions. She's a big hero of mine and someone that I take a lot of, a lot of strength from someone like that. That's the right word, strength.
A week from now, Andy Lapthorne will play out his dreams.
It means everything for us to be playing at Wimbledon. This is the pinnacle of the sport.
Ria Chatterjee, ITV News.